Romeo and Juliet, Cleopatra and Mark Antony, Joni and Chachi. These are some of the greatest love stories of all time, and even they pale in comparison to Electronic Gaming Monthly's love affair with Street Fighter II. This may sound like hyperbole, but let's weigh the facts. Between February 1992 and November 1993, EGM featured Street Fighter II on 17 covers. And that doesn't even account for the previews, move lists, special codes, and console coverage we saw in every single issue over the course of 3 years. EGM was constantly looking for ways to sneak Street Fighter II into their issue, even if it meant creating a fictional Shang Long as an April Fool's joke. This is a magazine that reviewed the incomplete Genesis port close to 6 months ahead of release. A magazine that published multiple stories on the making of Street Fighter II. A magazine that promised questionable boss codes month after month. A magazine that spent 3 years posting rumors of Street Fighter III. Sometimes it felt like there wasn't a Street Fighter story Electronic Gaming Monthly wouldn't print. But as it turns out, there was a line EGM wouldn't cross. In their 51st issue, the magazine started what they suggested would be a regular look at Street Fighter II moves by way of the Sega Activator. This was the silly hands-free device where you punched and kicked into the air to pull off attacks. It was a novel concept that didn't sell well, and both Sega and Electronic Gaming Monthly quickly forgot about it. But before it slipped their mind, EGM published the way to pull off fireballs, hurricane kicks, and a torpedo attack. For example, if you wanted to perform Ryu's Dragon Punch, all you needed to do was wave your hand over 3H, 5L, 5L again, 3H twice, and then 2H. If all this sounds like gibberish, the magazine added a visual guide to keep things straight. This obviously wasn't practical, and nobody was going to go to all that work to pull off a simple Dragon Punch. I guess Electronic Gaming Monthly agreed, because they axed this feature after only 1 issue and never published another activator code. EGM felt no shame in hyping up Street Fighter II cameos in the Japanese quiz game Capcom World 2, but refused to publish more than 1 month's worth of activator moves. They probably made the right call. Hey, thanks for watching the 25th episode of the 32 Dangerous Cheat Codes. We're down to the final week of this month-long special, and we've been saving the best for last. Tomorrow we're going to be talking about a crazy plagiarism scandal involving Devil's Crush, followed by the Game Genie and Konami Code. We're also gearing up for a bunch of best and worst of lists, including a fun recap of the games I reviewed this year. If any of this sounds appealing to you, then I recommend you click the subscribe button and support what we're doing here. Until then.